Starting a garden is like stepping into a new adventure, full of hope, dirt under your nails, and the thrill of watching something grow where there was once nothing. And if you're new to gardening, one of the smartest choices you can make is building a raised bed. Raised beds are the secret weapon of countless gardeners because they're neat, manageable, and give you so much control over your soil, crops, and overall gardening experience. But here's the truth. While raised beds are beginner-friendly, they aren't mistake-proof. Over the years, I've seen and made every mistake in the book, from filling my bed with the wrong soil to planting too close together and creating a jungle I couldn't manage. That's why today I want to walk you through the essential do's and don'ts of raised bed gardening so you can avoid the common pitfalls and set yourself up for a thriving, productive garden. This isn't going to be a shallow list. Instead, I'll take you through each step, sharing both practical advice and lessons learned the hard way. Whether you're just starting out or you've been gardening for years but want to refine your raised bed game, these insights will help you make your garden flourish. Do choose the right location. The first and perhaps most critical decision is where to place your raised bed. Plants need sunlight, at least 6 to 8 hours a day for most vegetables. A bed tucked away in a shady corner might grow lush leaves, but you'll be left disappointed when it comes to fruiting crops like tomatoes, peppers, and cucumbers. When picking your spot, think about both light and convenience. Your raised bed should be close enough to your water source and somewhere you'll walk past often. If your bed is tucked away in the far corner of the yard, you'll be less likely to keep an eye on pests, water regularly, or harvest on time. Gardens thrive when they're in your line of sight. Don't build too small or too big. Many beginners either overestimate or underestimate the size of their raised beds. A bed that's too small won't give your plants enough space to spread out, leaving you frustrated with overcrowding. On the other hand, building a bed that's too wide or too long can make it difficult to maintain. Here's a golden rule. Keep your raised bed no wider than 4 feet. This ensures you can comfortably reach the center from either side without stepping into the soil, which compacts it and harms your plants. The length is up to you. 8 feet is a common standard. But remember that smaller beds are easier to manage if you're just starting out. Do invest in good soil. This is where many beginners go wrong. A raised bed is only as good as the soil you put in it. Filling it with the dirt you dug up from your yard might seem convenient, but often that soil is either too compacted, too clay-heavy, or lacking in nutrients. Instead, build a rich, fluffy mix that drains well but also holds moisture. A classic formula is 1/3 topsoil, 1/3 compost, and 1/3 organic matter like coconut coir or leaf mold. Don't skimp on compost. This is the fuel that keeps your plants thriving. Think of your raised bed as a gourmet dinner for your plants. The richer the soil, the healthier and more productive your garden will be. Don't use pressure-treated wood. If you're building your raised bed out of wood, avoid the temptation of pressure-treated lumber. While it's tempting because of its durability, many treated woods can leach chemicals into your soil over time. That's not what you want when you're growing food for your family. Opt instead for untreated cedar, redwood, or even simple pine. Yes, untreated wood may eventually rot, but think of it as part of the cycle of gardening. If you're on a budget, you can even repurpose materials like corrugated metal, cinder blocks, or reclaimed untreated wood. Do plan your planting layout. One of the joys of raised beds is how much you can grow in a small space, but that only works if you plan carefully. Raised beds lend themselves beautifully to intensive planting methods like square-foot gardening, where you divide the bed into sections and plant different crops in each. The key is to match your plant's needs. Pair tall crops like trellised cucumbers or pole beans at the back, medium growers like peppers or bush beans in the middle, and low-growing crops like lettuce or radishes up front. This creates a layered effect where every plant gets its share of sunlight. Don't overcrowd your plants. It's tempting to squeeze just one more tomato or pepper into your bed, but overcrowding is the fastest way to set yourself up for disappointment. Plants need breathing room. Without it, they'll compete for nutrients and water, and airflow will be restricted, inviting pests and diseases. Remember, a raised bed is about quality, not quantity. 2 healthy, well-spaced tomato plants will outproduce 6 cramped, stressed ones. When in doubt, follow spacing guidelines on your seed packets. Trust me, your future harvest will thank you. Mulching is one of the simplest yet, honestly, most powerful habits you can adopt. A layer of straw, shredded leaves, or wood chips on top of your soil keeps it from drying out, regulates temperature, and, suppresses weeds. It also slowly breaks down, enriching your soil over time. In raised beds, where soil dries out faster than in-ground gardens, mulch is a real game changer. It's like giving your bed a cozy blanket, helping your plants stay comfortable through those hot summer days. Don't forget about watering consistency. Raised beds drain faster than traditional garden plots, which means your plants need regular, consistent watering. One common mistake beginners make is letting the soil dry out completely between waterings, and that really stresses the plants. Instead, aim for deep, steady watering that encourages roots to grow downward. A drip irrigation system or soaker hose can make this much easier, ensuring your plants get consistent moisture without you needing to hover with a watering can every single day. Do rotate your crops. Even in a raised bed, soil can get tired if you grow the same crop in the same spot year after year. Tomatoes, for example, pull heavy nutrients and attract specific pests and diseases. By rotating your crops each season, switching tomatoes out for beans or leafy greens, you give the soil a chance to recover and naturally reduce pest problems. Crop rotation is like a fresh start for your soil, keeping your raised bed fertile and resilient season after season. Don't neglect the edges and pathways. One thing beginners often overlook is the area around the bed. If you leave bare soil or grass along the edges, weeds will creep in and compete with your crops. Instead, lay down mulch, wood chips, or even stepping stones around your bed to keep weeds at bay and give yourself a tidy, accessible garden space. Do keep learning and experimenting. The beauty of gardening is that it's a lifelong journey. No one gets everything perfect the first time, and honestly, the mistakes often lead to the best lessons. Maybe you'll discover that marigolds keep pests away in your raised bed, or that trellising squash saves more space than you ever imagined. Treat your raised bed as a classroom, not a test. Each season, you'll learn what works, what doesn't, and how to tweak your approach for even greater success. Final thoughts: build beds, build confidence. Raised bed gardening is hands down one of the best ways for beginners to dive into the gardening world. It's manageable, efficient, and incredibly rewarding. By following these do's and avoiding the don'ts, you'll set yourself up for a thriving, productive garden that not only feeds your family but feeds your soul. And here's the thing: gardening isn't just about vegetables. It's about building confidence, patience, and a deeper connection with the earth. So, whether your raised bed yields baskets of tomatoes or just a handful of carrots this year, you're already winning. If you found this guide helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button on Soil Sage Chronicles and share this resource with fellow gardeners. Together we can keep growing, learning, and creating thriving gardens that nourish us all.